In this video we are going to find out how to increase or decrease a counter by using the for loop. This one is counting until it reaches a value of 10,000. So let's find out how to do that. To get started, please click on the little icon here or press F4 in MetaTrader. Now you should see the Meta Editor window, and here you want to click on File, New, Expert Advisor from Template, Continue. I will call this file Simple For Loop, click on Continue, Continue and Finish. Now you can delete everything above the onTick function. Let's also remove the two command lines. We start by creating a counter variable. This one is an integer variable called counter, and the initialization value will be 1. We also want to define an end value, in our case it's 10,000. And inside of the onTick function, we want to use the for loop. Now when I mark for and press F1, I will see that the for loop operator will need 3 expressions. And if you have never seen a for loop before, this might look a little weird, but actually it's not so hard to understand. The first expression here is the starting value. In our case it's the counter value 1. The second expression checks a condition. In our case we want to check if the value of the counter is below the end value. And in the third expression we are doing something with the counter. In our case we are increasing it by 1. That's what counter plus plus means. We also could say counter equals counter plus 1, and whatever is inside this curly braces here will be executed as long as this condition here is true. In our case we just print out the text the counter equals, followed by the current value of the counter. So far so good. Please click on the compile button here, and if you don't see any errors down here, you can click on the little symbol here or press F4 to go back to MetaTrader. And in MetaTrader we click on View, Strategy Tester, or we press Ctrl and R. Let's pick the new file simpleforloop.ex5. Please enable the visualization here and start a test. And inside of the Journal tab you should see the counter is actually working. It increases the value until it has reached 9,999. So far so good. But it's also possible to create a countdown. So let's exchange the values here. Now the counter has a starting value of 10,000 and the end value should be 1. We start with the counter value. And as long as the counter is bigger than the end value, we want to count down and subtract 1 from the current counter value. Let's compile that one, restart the test, and this time we have a countdown. Well, this one ends with the last entry counter equals 2, and that's because in our second expression we have checked if the counter is bigger than the end value. We could also say bigger or equal here. So let's recompile. And this time the last value should be 1. And that's actually the case. You could also use the for loop to increase or decrease the counter with other values. So let's pick 10. One last compilation. And this time you see that our countdown is working and we have a step size of 10. And in this little video you have learned how to use the for loop to count and increase or decrease counter values. And you have coded it yourself with a few lines of MQL5 code.